Anupam again. Today I'm going to talk about the secure authorizations from SAP and especially for integrating to cloud. That's one of the patterns you might have seen, of late there's been many cybersecurity incidents and there are questions about how do we secure our business data which is stored in SAP when we send it over to cloud. So quick overview. This is really the challenge which we all are facing. How do we secure our information using the authorizations for cloud? And the three principles are the data integrity should be maintained, the data confidentiality, that is the authorizations for the data, whoever is authorized, only they should be able to see. And then the data availability, that, with all of these, the data should be available to the people who need that data. Why should someone care? If you notice, there's been a kind of a spike from 2011 onwards, and last 2 years it has really jumped up. Some of it at least can be traced back to advent of cloud usage. And if you're not securing your data properly on the cloud and just dumping tables, that's something which can lead to security issues, right? So last time we had talked about the infrastructure security and some of the technical components. Most of your technical components and infrastructure that will be covered by your cloud service provider, but your applications, your SAP data, your purchasing, sales, financials data, that's something which your SAP system secures. But once you are putting out the tables level data onto cloud for analytics or AI, the risk is, all of that security and authorization model is gone. So that's the challenge which many organizations are struggling with, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So SAP authorization model, you might be aware, essentially it's a very business-centric authorization model, very fine-grained security for your users who are authorized to see, let's say, a purchase order for a certain company code of a certain plant. That's all they will be able to do, right? It's not something which is easily replicatable. It's fine-grained, and more organizations have set up over the last few years their own processes for how they would manage their SAP security. It has, in terms of the limitations, there's limited flexibility, but that's something which organizations keep on fine-tuning for. The cloud data lake authorization model, well, that's more coarse-grained. It is more technical-centric. The business rules and authorizations are not inbuilt onto your cloud. So you use your cloud for more authentication-like purposes rather than your core business-centric authorization. And then there is always, challenge of how do we align the two models. So when you try to sync basically SAP rules to IAM policies, that can be complex. And, obviously, role changes, people change their jobs, keeping all of that in sync. It's not a one-time thing. It's something which keeps regularly happening. And that's something you need to plan for when building your security. Recommended approach, I would suggest to go ahead and use SAP ERP as not only your financials or procurement system of record, but for your security authorizations at a business level as well. And by that I mean, whatever gets maintained in SAP and then gets replicated or read by your cloud for your analytics and other policies. We will get into that in a second about how to do that from using the MELS model. And then cloud is pretty strong on your technical authorization and the security parameters. So that's what we would go ahead and recommend to use. Now let's see how to make this work on the SAP side. So here I will show you with two users. One is Age Eswal. He's kind of a business super user, and if I use his report MB51 once again, basically he will be able to get data from any of the plants which he needs. So there are around 30 plus records, and if we want to extract this information for this particular user, basically what we'll do is, this is the USB for SAP component to extract this information to cloud. And what we are telling the cloud system is, use this report, which is MB51, and extract this onto a cloud directory which this user can read, right? And when I execute this, it goes ahead and generates onto the cloud repository the data which is relevant for this particular user, Age Eswal. Data out, extract. If I go into this folder, there is this data which is created, and as you will see, it has the data from different plants. Now, on the same SAP system, I might have a different user. I'll log in with another user. Let's say his ID is Age Eswal 2. And if he runs the same report, 51 with USB for SAP, you will see he can see much fewer data for codes 1000, 1100, and 1200, because that's all the system has allowed him to do. Now, if he goes ahead and extracts the same information to cloud, use the same variant, but here it is using the same report and getting the same variant, but he's asked, his data is being sent to his own folder, Age Eswal 2. And when we execute this, what happens is his data gets created in his own folder, which is this one. And if I dig in, he's getting exactly the same information as he's able to get on SAP. So this is model data, which is great, because that's what he has been set up in SAP for. So, what he sees in SAP is what he gets on the cloud. The second thing is, what is secured in SAP for him is what is secured for him on the cloud as well. So that's what we really mean by how we can use SAP's model data as well as the security authorization model, which is built up, and leverage that on the cloud. So what we did was, we used the SAP models as a source to extract the business information, and also we secured that information based on the SAP's security authorization model and used that as a system of record. Next, we'll see how this data, along with the authorizations, can be used in your visualization, like Power BI or Fabric. All right, that's it. I hope you find this useful. Thanks.